Love is in the air. Or at least that's what the world wants us to believe. With Valentine's Day just hours away, the streets and the timelines are buzzing with romance, roses, and relationship talk. But behind the hype, there's a deeper conversation happening. What does dating really look like in 2026? You see, back in the day, relationships were often painted as simple. Boy meets girl, they fall in love and build a life together. But today, things feel more layered. Love isn't just about emotions anymore. It's about ambition, lifestyle, financial capacity, and sometimes even social media validation. For some, dating is about genuine connection and shared dreams. For others, it's about stability, provision, and making sure the vibes match the vision. So here's the tension we're exploring. Are modern relationships more transactional? That is, what can you do for me? Or more intentional, which is, how do we build together? Are young people losing values, or are they simply clearer about their standards? And in a Valentine's season where everyone is posting couple goals, is social media shaping love positively or just setting unrealistic expectations? Welcome to Fafanwa Africa. I'm your host for today, Ekemni Jane. Today, we're here not to judge, but to laugh, debate, and unpack the mindset behind modern dating. We'll talk about provision versus partnership, vulnerability versus responsibility, and love versus lifestyle. With a relationship expert, a sex expert, and 14 students in the room, expect honesty, humor, and maybe even a little uncomfortable truths here and there. We'll be right back. This is still for Fanwa Africa. Now, before we went on that very short break, we were talking about how love has changed in 2026, and we really want to know if it's intentional or transactional. Now, with me on the show today, I have some very special guests. We have Dr. Blessing Ishomo, a family and sex coach. So I'm going to go ahead and ask my first question. So, Dr. Blessing, relationships today, are they better, or were the ones in the past better, or do they just have better PR?
Thank you so much for that question. The thing is, relationships before now, there wasn't the social media aspect to it, and there wasn't the height of comparison wasn't there, and people actually ask like 2 or 3 questions. Do I love this person? Where is the person from? I mean, the family and all that. And can we do life together? But now it's a bit stressful. There's a strain on love right now. It doesn't mean people don't still ask these questions. It's just that people are trying to look better than their peers. And it's causing people to have misplaced values. They are not asking the right questions. So people still ask, but majority are going with the hype, the views, and how many likes you get, and all this is affecting love today.
Okay. So I want to ask any of the young people, you've probably heard your parents talk about relationships, or maybe older siblings. Do you think that you are doing relationships better now?
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Bimisola, 500 law student of Lagos State University. Love in today's generation has become a battle between vision, values, and vulnerability. A lot of people have misplaced their priorities, and they are beginning to say that when I want to enter a relationship with somebody, I would say that, what do you want to bring to the table? You're just saying it's for the guys. What do you have for me? What are you bringing to the table? Instead of what can we build together? What are the things that we can achieve together? What are the things that we can put up together? Let me make an example. We have Moise and Jay on TikTok, a very big one, right? Moise started dating Jay when he had nothing, and she stood by him. I'm not saying that you should settle for less, but irrespective, we are seeing that this person has something very tangible that holds the future. I mean, that's a very bright one. You should move to that person and build a success story with the person. Instead of you just saying that, okay, I want a billionaire. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You should try to know that it's a step at a time. I mean, you can't just rush into it. and you get it. Thank you.
Okay. Does anybody else want to take a go at that?
Okay. My name is Sarah Adiola. I'm a student of the University of Lagos. So relationship today, I think most youth, young youth and teenagers, 18 actually, they start to idolize their celebrity and expect their relationship to be like those they look out for. I had come into a case of someone looking at Priscilla Ojo because she's 23 and then she's married, and you're 23. Probably you still have goals and courses to pursue, but because she has a social media perfect life and you expect yours to be like that, instead of having proper communication with your partner and trying to make things work out. So I would say relationship during our time is more of social media transaction than the intention itself.
Okay. Yes.
So, good afternoon. My name is Catherine Maburukaje, student of the Nigerian Institute of Journalism. And I would say that relationships these days are more transactional. And I know that we Gen Zs or we the youths, we like to say, oh, we don't want to do the kind of, I want to wait for my man, I want to wait for my woman to like get this money first and like build from scratch with the person. I want the person to be like, have money so that immediately I get into the relationship, I can start getting things from the person. So it's like more of what can you do for me instead of what can we build together? Because people now want to have things already done. They don't want to wait for that process of let's build, let's think, let's do this together. They want to have it right here and right now. Unlike our fathers and our mothers that at that time when they don't have anything, they will stick by the person, they'll do this for the person, they'll be there for the person every step of the way. So social media that we are looking at and we're discussing about, we're seeing celebrities and their marriage without knowing what is behind the scene. Because the only thing we see is what they are fronting. We don't see what is happening in their relationships or in their marriage behind closed doors. So now that young people have this social media to like, oh, see, okay, this is my celebrity person, this is the person I look up to, and they see that person and they'll be like, oh, this life is so glamorous and all. But then what exactly is going on behind the scene? Thank you.
Okay.
So, okay. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Imuru Natalia, a 300 level student of Mass Communication Unilag. And I would like to say, while today's relationships are actually transactional, but while it is transactional, it is not, it is what you have versus what I have, like give and take, give versus take. And then it's more or less not necessarily money in the like financial aspect. You also have a mixture or a juxtaposition of the people we have in the past, the relationships in the past and the relationships we have now. So it is like, the Gen Zs do not want to start from scratch. We don't want to say, oh, I will build with you. No, we want to see what do you already have. Like even the little you have, if I see potential in you, then, and I'm attracted to you and I see that, oh, I can build a life with you. Not necessarily from scratch, like you just have, do you have cement? Do you have water to build a building? Or are you just here for vibes and cruise? That's it. Gen Zs now, because I think we have a lot more pressure in all aspects of life, not just relationships. So we are trying to meet that pressure. So it's not necessarily, oh, I want to build with you, I'll wait, nah. We're looking for what do you have, even as little. Let's see the little things you have so that we see if we can work with it. If we can't, then bye.
Okay.
Bye.
So before you go, what I want to know, so I've heard, everybody say, oh, yes, it's transactional. Oh, what do you have? How did we get here? You know how they say, lion no dey born goats. So if our parents had this different life, how did we get here? Do you want to go?
Okay, first, Imoni Daniel, a 300 of political science, University of Lagos. So how did we get here? Well, first, there is this unhealthy standard that social media has presented to this generation. Because in time past, there is no like the standard that each people should have. Oh, your relationship should be, oh, my husband is a tech bro, or my husband is this and this. But now we have seen standards that has been placed. So if we're coming to relationship or to have a relationship, the partners will be looking at, okay, this guy, does he have the status? Does he have what I need? So this generation, I believe that the past generation had the patience, they had the endurance, they had to develop that thick skin to go through things together. But now, I believe that this generation has a little patience. Some of us have actually run of that patience that, okay, they can't really wait for you. Oh, you want me to wait for it for 20 years before you make it? No, I can't do that. So there's just, let me just
Okay.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Saliu Basitalabi, a student from Lagos State University. So about the question that how did we get here, I'm going to be preferring two answers to that. The first thing is that we got here because people failed to recognize that the things you'd watch should not judge how you should live. And we're now living in a generation whereby people think that whatever you are watching should determine how you are going to be living your life. But that is not the correct way of doing things. Yes, you can look at all of these things, but what you should be looking at all of these things is how they resonate with your own personal philosophy, which is going to take me to the second reasons of how we got there. We got here because we are now in a place where people no longer know what they want, their philosophy, they don't know how they got here, they don't know wherever they are going. So because they do not know where they are going, they take everything hook, line, and sinker. So because of that, whatever they are seeing on the net, they take it like that, and they are trying to implement it in their own life, making it very, very difficult for them to be themselves. So I feel that's how we got here from my own perspective.
Okay, let's hold that thought. The conversation is getting serious in the studio, but we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue the conversation on Valentine's Day. Welcome back. This is still Fafanwa Africa. Now, before we went on that break, we were talking about how the love relationships of today look different from what our parents were involved in. And, you know, we had asked, how did we get here? How did we get to a point where our values differ so much from the people who raised us? So, guys, back to the conversation. How did we get here to a point where relationships with us has become transactional?
Good afternoon. My name is Shofola Boluwaferomi from the. I am a student of I am a postgraduate student of Nigerian Institute of Journalism. How did we get here? At most times, I think a lot of us we don't actually add to the context of which the pressure, the amount of pressure, the social media has added to when we say peer pressure. The things that Sade is doing, and what Ade is doing, and what Shola is doing. These things, when I do my own, let's say I am Ade, I have that mindset of quickly posting on social media so that my friends can see. So when my friends see that, they also want to contribute, or also want to show their partner, see what Shola's boyfriend is doing for her. Okay, then that adds to the pressure. It adds to this peer pressure. And tomorrow now, we'll see a lot of things, different things from TikTok, Facebook, different cash trains, giftings, and everything. These things, actually, if social media was not there, we won't see this. You won't see what is happening with Shola. You won't see what is happening with Ade. So this is one of the reasons why I think getting here, social media has actually impacted so much in how we got here.
Yeah, I want to add that, you know, there's a word called conditioning. Those back in the days were also conditioned. But the conditioning had more of values. Don't do this, so you don't disgrace the family. We need you to. But you come to social media and somebody that is even mentally unstable would come and say, I'm suing my parents for bringing me into the world. And you have followers, right? And so you see people who are seeking for validation in an unhealthy way, deciding the norm. Their lifestyle becomes what a lot of people want to emulate. So remember that anything you do, the decisions you make is actually based on some kind of conditioning. We are all being conditioned. The question is, what are you being conditioned to? And the decisions you're making, why are you making them? Begin to ask yourself. Because if you think just right now, you know, like the slangs they say, who education help, who studying and suffering help. I want to be, you know, I want to make it now. My mates are making it. But think long term, because there are so many of these celebs that break up and they're actually not happy. So what are you going after is a question.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have another expert with us. We have Dr. Hannah Jonathan. So I want to ask, in this day and age, what do you think young people typically look out for when they're trying to get into relationships?
What the world has to offer, right? I've heard us talk about, you know, how did we get here? And I'm asking myself, where is here? Where are we coming from? Our parents didn't have opportunity to fall in love. They didn't have a choice. You marry this person, this is your husband, this is your wife, and that's it. Now we have a choice. How many of the ladies on this stage will date these men? Honestly, let's start from there. How many of you will take these guys home to mama to say, I'm marrying him? We talk about society. Let's talk about us. We are here. How many of them will do that? He doesn't have a car. Probably he has a bike. Right? Oh, you don't even have a bike. Good. So how many ladies on this stage right now, if you're talking about values, respect, belief system, conditioning, programming, how many of them would date any of these handsome young men on the stage? Let's start from there. I can bet with you. Probably 0.0%. Would you date any of them? Are you guys available? Yeah. Are you available? Talk now. Yes, they are. Do you understand? So when we say it's transactional, it's not about men anymore. It's about what we want. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Everybody wants to be surprised. If maybe you don't want surprise, I do. Let's be honest, right? Most of these ladies here now, they want to marry someone who owns a car. You don't have a car, like, I don't understand. Am I supposed to go out and date with you? I'm taking a bike. You want a car. You want someone who has at least, someone talked about, what are you bringing on the table? What do you want to build? What kind of house? The question is, do you have money to even buy a land for yourself? So before we call social media, right, let's ask ourselves, our parents, our mothers didn't have a choice. Were they happy? No. Most of them were never happy. Okay. But you see, in this generation, we are happy. When I dive in, I'm in love with him, I marry him, I'm no longer happy, I walk away. I walk away. So it's not just about conditioning, it's about what makes us happy. Now we choose our happiness. In those days, monogamy is I date you only for a lifetime. Monogamy now is I date you only for a period of time. When I break up with you, I go to the next person, monogamy. So if there's no longer love, if I'm not feeling you again, I want to walk away. Who is the next guy available? I dive in. It's marriage, it's not a must now. You're not going to go and kill yourself. So they tell you any small thing, we just cannot reconcile again. What is the problem? You have sex for you walk away. They talk to you, walk away. You say mental breakdown. You're not emotional stable. Nobody wants to build with a man. And I don't blame them. Where are those women who built with their men? Show me the women. The men get to a point and they feel, she's no longer of my status. I want someone younger, someone more presentable. How many high-class politicians have you seen bring their first wife as first lady? How many of them? How many of them? When we say we want a certain kind of man, how many times do you see Okoya go out with his first wife? Oh, no, I'm just giving examples. I'm not really calling names. But everybody wants to be a Shade. But you want to be a Shade married to one guy and start early. You will be a Shade at the age of 50 or 60. We are putting pressure on these men. I'm sure a lot of them have gone to probably borrow money to even buy Valentine's gifts to just impress the babe. And the babe will still look down on them. Kilo babe, what is this one? You cannot even afford gold. And you are following someone's husband who has worked over the years, decades, to get to where he is. Wow. Let's be real. Wow. There is no love anywhere.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yes, please, let's hear from one of the handsome young men.
Sorry, Ma, you're an expert, but I beg to differ. You made a point earlier that our parents had no choice. They never had a choice, but I'm very, very sorry. That's a fallacy of generalization. Maybe those you know, but at least you could have used most of them to signify that. But you have generalized. Most of our parents, they had a choice. And this is why you hear a story about women that left their homes because their parents insisted that they are going to marry a so and so person. So because of that, they left their homes. That was love. They had a choice. They left their home for their choice. If they never had a choice, they would have stayed and married those persons.
And if they married someone they were in love with, did their parents approve of that marriage? They still didn't have a choice, sir.
So sorry, please let me come in.
Yes,
I'm
please.
22 years in marriage.
And I'm 15.
And I married the love of my life. Now let me share this. I agree to an extent with what she said. And whether you agree or not, it's still part of that conditioning. We've moved. Technology has affected us. But back then, there were still people who married because they loved the person, although they were not as much. I agree. Now, the other thing is this. The problem with, if I don't like you, I walk out, is we are being fragmented. Life now, you meet someone, and because it's transactional, what I get, and then you don't get what you want, you leave heartbroken, and the next person will be in trouble because there's something called transfer of aggression. And the hurts and the resentments you use to build a home, that home will not stand. Emotional crisis, there's this emotional crisis going on right now because of I want to be happy. I'm not saying we shouldn't be happy, but I'm saying when you put too much emphasis on that emotional high, it can be misleading. What are your values? And what do you want long term? How many of the you come in, you go out, you come in, you go out, will you do before you get to 60?
Okay,
sorry
so
to cut you in. Sorry, I have a question.
This is a beautiful conversation. You guys, the heat in the studio. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is still for Fanua Africa. Today we are talking about love in 2026. What are the current dating expectations that we have? Now, before we went on a break, we're talking about how some people had a choice of who they married. Some people married the love of their life, or how some of our parents, they didn't have a choice, right? Now, before I proceed with this conversation, I want to do something. If you agree that our parents had a choice, I need you to be on one side. If you feel like they didn't have a choice, I need you to be on another side.
Wait, but that question.
Do you have a choice? I need you over here. If you believe that they had a choice. Okay. So it's too general. So we want to know, how many people believe that our parents were happy in their marriages? Okay, so those who, if you believe they were happy, come to this side. If you believe they were not happy, I need you to come to this side. Okay? Now, we're actually going to hear, sorry, can I have one of the microphones then?
Okay.
I want to hear from someone, can I have that please?
Oh, how many microphones?
Yes. I want to hear from the people on this side who believe that our parents were not happy in their marriages. Okay. We have defectors. I see that we have defectors. Okay, that's good. So please, let's start. Why do you think that our parents were not happy in their marriages?
Okay, I would start by saying that what makes up a marriage? Like, what would you say would make up a marriage? Is it just love? It's not just love. We have things like respect. We have things like trust. What values do you have in your marriage to say, oh, you are happy in that marriage? We live in a country where respect is not mutual. First off, in this country, respect is not mutual. You cannot respect, especially with our parents' marriages, you can't say you respect a woman the same way you respect a man. You cannot. So respect is not mutual. Now, I would say our parents were not happy, and I would use my gender because I do not know how the men, because I'm not a man.
No, you.
Our parents, I will generalize it because most parents.
Okay, so let me break it down. Hold on.
Okay, sorry. Before you go, let them have a rebuttal.
Yeah.
You believe that your parents were happy? Yes. On a general basis. Wonderful. Please tell us why.
Okay. To clarify everything, I would say that our parents are very much happy in their relationship because if you are not happy, they will still not be in their house, in their homes. They share love, they share respect. And aside from that, there's something called the extraordinary respect that they give to their husband. Baba Lagbaja, will you ever hear your mom calling her husband Tunde outside?
Happiness. We're not.
Okay, aside from that, you will be inside.
Okay, so let me break it down for you, right? Hold on. Now you have said that you talked about. Okay. So you are holding on to the word respect, and this is traditional.
Yes.
They don't have a choice. It's like getting married. Now, hold on.
Let's land.
We believe now that when the man wants to propose, he should go down on one knee, right?
Yes.
It's hold on. Wait, there was no proposal in those days. I'm talking about now, right? Hold on. Let's break it down. I'm talking about now. Most women here believe when any of you want to propose to them, the person should go down on one knee. Tradition, right? The same way we believe when it's time for you to go to your husband's house, right? You go down on your knees, feed your husband cake, your husband prostrates for your family. It's tradition, right? That's the same thing our mothers did. How many of our fathers, right? How many, in quote, were really faithful? In quote. Now, our mothers didn't have a choice. One thing they learned to do, right, over the years in that marriage was turn a blind eye. Take your eyes off it. Whatever, hold on. Okay. Mothers will tell you whatever happens outside is not my business. Let your man today have a side chick. You'll be able to go through his phone and call the girl, hey, I'm being honest with you. So in those days, our parents, most of them, didn't really marry for love. They didn't have a choice. Now, a lot of them are still in that marriage because you are still under them. Yes. So many women are enduring their marriage till the last child walks away to university or the last child gets married and they feel, what is there? How many of our mothers really even did have a job? How many of them? And those who did have a job, who had a job, handled most of the things in the home. They did a lot to the men. Unlike nowadays, we want a baby girl.
Okay, so yeah, I believe that we don't have to generalize this thing. I make emphasis on that again. I believe in authenticity and originality. My origin, my family, and my background, we were so much loved, in the sense that my parents are now grandparents, so they've been together for years. And till now, they still act like fresh couples and all of that. Not just them, their siblings, my uncles, my aunts, like when we are together, everything just looks so rosy. So based on where I came from, the kind of love I search for out there is real love. Not just based on, I want money, I want this and that.
What is real love?
Like you said, love is a decision.
Real love.
Not just a feeling, right? A decision. Yeah.
Sacrifice.
So, please stop interrupting. So, like I said,
sacrifice.
Okay, let's hold on. Please. So, like I said, if I'm to go on a date with like a guy I just met, some people will be like, oh, you have to dress me up from head to toe, stuff like that. I'm sorry, I don't place value on that. So, I don't place value on that. That doesn't mean I settle for less, okay? That doesn't mean I will or I settle for less.
What do you settle for less? When you said you don't place value on it?
Yes!
Contradicting yourself.
Wait, I don't place value on it. Like I said, where I came from, like, we believe so much in love. It's not just about the money you want to give me or whatever. You can actually spend your entire money on me. You sleep with me and you leave.
Would you date a guy in one room, no car, no bike? No...
I won't.
Hold on.
I won't.
Would you date
I know my value.
Would you take him home to mama?
No, I won't, because I know my value.
Why? What do you mean? That means
I know my value.
He doesn't have
value on. I don't place value on.
Okay, guys. So I hear what we're saying. I hear can we all be together? I hear what we're saying, and it has caused a new question in my mind. Everybody is now saying that happiness is dependent on the values that they hold dear. Yes, I think that's one thing that both sides have echoed. Happiness is based on values. Now I want to know, and I want to hear them. What would you say your values are that would cause you to be happy in a marriage relationship? And let's hear them out.
So from my own point of view or perspective, my family, my parents are not together. So that's why I didn't stay with you guys, because my mom went through hell with somebody that she claimed she loved, with somebody that she stood with when they were in school. So that was why I'm not in that state. And I personally like the fact that they said that we should not generalize. So for me, if I want to be in a relationship, the first thing that comes to my mind, my own value, is that the person I am dating or the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with should not leave, no matter what happens, no matter the circumstances, no matter how bad thing is. Be with me and let's do this thing together. That is what I am looking for. That is my own value. I'm not putting it on anybody else. Because my dad left. Yeah? For many, many years, we didn't see him, we didn't get in contact with him or anything. So that is why I'm saying, for me, my own value, trust me, love me, have patience with me. Everything that is good me, because there is everything me that is bad. Everything that is good me, just stay with me. Let us flow together. And if you can't trust me, that's even something I don't even like. Just they go. Be going like that. So that's just it.
Okay, so let's talk about happiness, right? I know a lot of people are saying, at the end of the day, in as much as we all want to be happy, we still want the good things of life. Yeah. Hold on. Having the good thing of life does not mean happiness. You can stay in a limo, but guess what? All of you rather cry in a limo than cry in keke. Hold on. Okay, it's fine. Okay. It's okay to say no. Hold on.
Let's hear it.
It's okay to say no until you wear those shoes. Honestly, that's what. Now, too, when we talk about happiness, right? I've been married 15 years, right? And I know what I'm saying. It's not about the good things of life. It's not about the car, the house. It's about respect. Yeah. Putting me first before your mother. Yeah. Putting me first before your family. Yeah. Saying to everyone, you see, this girl, don't you dare. If you have any problem with her, come to me first. That is happiness. When the world sees that the man, worship the floor you walk on, that is happiness. So it's not about whether you can take me out on a date. You see all those dates and putting money in my account is icing on the cake. And I'm going to tell you, I think only she can understand. Until you are married, you would never know what happiness and real love is. Trust me.
Okay, I want to hear from Dr. Blessing, if you don't mind.
Just a moment. So I run a premarital counseling program for young people. I love being in their space. And I let them know that love is not enough. Like she said, it's like the icing on the cake, but you need the materials to bake the cake. And I would like to know your name, because I would love to offer you a free session. Wow. The reason is because of what happened from your childhood, right now, you have no business getting married until we resolve it. If not, the person you will get married to, you would see him from a filter of, is he going to behave like my daddy? Yeah. Okay, so please, I would love to work with you. I've done that with a lot of people and they've gotten results. So it's important that we understand this. She said something that I loved so much. She said, listen, the man should respect you. The man should love you. And my definition of marriage is two selfish people. Listen. Two selfish people coming together to make the union their selfish interests. Mm. Because when you say, oh, I married a good man, all you are saying is he's doing what you like. Exactly. And so you two need to do what he likes. Right. When you hear a man says, oh, this lady stood by me, he's selfish. So if both of you are selfishly guarding the union, but before we get there, what do you really want? You need to heal from past traumas. And you need to unfollow some people on social media, especially Instagram. Tomorrow, please don't open Instagram. If you don't have somebody you are going out with, please don't put pressure on another person. It's important that we understand that these values we talk about, every one of us wants happiness. Am I right?
Yes.
But now, what do we define as happiness? Because when we talk about you cry inside the limousine, how about avoiding the cry and still riding the limo, right? So please understand that even now, guys will give you all the money. And you can clock it on social media, and they will still go after your friend. There's nothing different between them and our fathers. But what we have come to realize now is the technology has brought it home. So when you hear a lady died because the husband maltreated her, 1 million, everybody has seen it, and so people are scared. Is that what's going to happen to me?
Exactly.
You need to become aware of these things. That is happening to some does not mean it will happen to you. But you need to pay attention and ask the right questions and go through proper counseling. Please don't just jump into any relationship because your friends are doing it. Or because love is a feeling. And feeling in that sense in a relationship is valid. But do you know that reason will eat lunch, love, reason will eat feelings
for lunch
any day, anytime, because you felt he loved you, but maybe he's in it just for the figure 8, and he could have felt you loved him, but you are in it for what you could get, and it might not even be money. It might be that he's always there for you, or he's doing something, he's smart, or he's helping you with your assignments. But please understand that whatever you do now, especially with relationship, is waiting. Someone else would either receive the good side or the bad side. So how much damage do you want to be before you now settle down? Is a question.
Okay, so I want to hear from a young man.
Okay, my name is Chris from Nigerian Institute of Journalism. First of all, we need to understand why we are going into relationships. Why? I grew up from a home where, yes, my family, my parents loved each other. And then I think love is love everywhere, irrespective of the generation. You can't change what love actually has been. I heard you saying love is not emotional. Sorry, I'm very sorry to say. Love is emotional. When you're in love, there is respect, there is everything about you. Like, you can go extra mile because you love this person. You can't say it is whatever. I can't remember. You can't say it's a decision. Okay, you can say, I decide to love this person. Now, what is love? What is you making that decision? Love, okay, I intend to be personal about this person. I intend to be emotional with this person. I intend to go extra mile for this person. Now, how did we see our parents go? You were talking about how beautiful your parents' marriage is. Did you see them going through phases? Did you see them fighting? Did you see them quarreling? But how did they come out of it? That is what we should be preaching. Not, okay, yes, we understand that no woman wants to suffer. You probably saw your parents suffer when they were, while they were growing, and you don't want to go through the same thing. And then you want to see prospect in a man. You want to see that, okay, can this guy take me to this level? But adding the kind of how you want it to, trust me, if you enter a relationship for money, trust me, the way you entered is the way you come out, because there will be life challenges, especially in Nigeria. Challenges will come. So what keeps you? Is it now? What is keeping you is no longer there. Like she said, as you keep changing and keep coming and going and coming and going, challenges will come. But what keeps you? What will keep you is love.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, okay,
when you say things like, love is emotional, right? And you say you go into marriage because of money, right? And things happen. What if the money never goes down? Why do we think you have money and sometimes you have challenge and money will drop? There are people that their money never goes down. It's not about richness. It's not about, hold on. If I marry you for money and your money does not go down, I will continue to love you, sir. Regardless of your bullshit. I'm being honest. No, I'm just clearing what he said. No, hold on now.
Okay.
Calm down. So where I'm going to...
Wait, let's hear it.
Exactly. That's what he said. He said some people marry for money. Now, where I'm going to is this. Why I said love is not a feeling and what is a decision is this. The man you date and the man you walk down the aisle for and with is not the man you will meet when you get married. True. There are 3 phases of marriage, right? When you fall in love, that's when he's Prince Charming. He does everything that makes you happy. You don't see how dirty she is. You see a well-made-up girl who comes out on a date. You meet everywhere and, you do whatever it is. Now, the moment you walk down the aisle, you're no longer falling in love. You learn to walk in love. And that's where reality sets in. Oh, he's a dirty guy. He does not flush the toilet. We have, someone who said the husband does not flush the toilet, right? Yeah. He doesn't flush the toilet. He comes back, dumps his shoes by the door. He hangs his clothes, dumps everything. He messes up the house. While I'm the other person who is, I want everywhere cleaned or packaged. That is where the reality, that is where the decision comes. Can I still love this person, this dirty man who was once a Prince Charming to me? Do I still want to manage him? And then he goes out. The guy who used to take you out before marriage, you go out on dates, club, whatever it is. Now becomes married. You have 2-3 kids. You are home. He's hanging out with his guys at the lounge, at the club. The same thing that turned you on, that made you feel good, is now a problem because you feel left at home because he's hanging out, having fun, whilst you're getting old, taking care of kids. So when you say love is a feeling, let me ask you this. When you get married and your wife leaves you at home with 3 kids, goes out with her friends almost every Friday, will that still be a feeling to you? Wait, don't answer. Don't answer because you're not married. You will reply me when you're married. No. You cannot reply what you have not experienced. Hold on. No. The only person that can reply me, the only person that can answer me, she's the only one.
You are happy.
Because you see, those things that make you happy, hold on, let me break it down. Those things that make you happy, that seal your love at the beginning of your marriage, right, will be a real problem when you get married.
Okay, he has a question.
So my name is Adekola Shikraomotomiwa, a student of Lagos State University. So I would like to contribute to the previous question where we said our parents were not happy with their marriage. Was it their choice or not their choice? So our parents might have had arranged marriage, but that does not mean they were not happy. They might have had arranged marriage and face a lot of societal pressure. But as time goes on, at the end of the day, they find love, commitment, contentment, and that makes them stand by their husband and build life together. Unlike these days whereby we focus on lifestyle and everything, and a relationship that is built on lifestyle is going to collapse. And when the relationship collapses, the lifestyle collapses too. And at the end of the day, you get to see the man and the woman.
But I asked you guys a question. How many of you would date these men? You're talking about contentment. No, hold on. It's not about, it's arranged marriage now. You will grow to love him.
Okay, everyone. So we have limited time, right? We can only talk about this for so long. The conversation will continue online, guys. It has been a fiery and packed episode today. Thank you for staying with us. You can catch all our past episodes on YouTube or at News Central TV across all social media platforms. This has been for Fanwa Africa. I am Ekemini Jane. Until next time, goodbye, guys.
Bye.